Thank you. I wanted to tell you before now because, but they swore me to secrecy.
Oh, sure. I know.
And
I know.
we just signed the contract on Saturday.
Oh, did you?
And Caesar said, well, let's announce it now. I said, I'm on a plane. Let's go. Let's do it.
That's crazy. So how long is the run?
Well, just this year. And then they've signed, it's a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
So, you hope for the best. And, the Donny Marie show, we signed a 6-week deal, and that was 11 years later. I don't want to jinx anything, but
Yeah.
I'm ready to go as long as they want to go.
Oh, that is so cool. Hey, do me a favor and turn yourself sideways for me, would you? There you go. There, perfect. Thank you. So, well, I'm recording now, so why don't we go ahead and do this? How did this all come about? Tell me the genesis of this and how it all got figured out.
Just before Marie and I closed at the Flamingo, a guy by the name of Raj Kapoor, I don't know if that name means anything, but he's the go-to man. If you want to put a show together, he's the go-to man in Hollywood. He does all the award shows. He did Backstreet Boys here in Vegas. So he came to see the show, and my manager, Jim Morey, and Raj and myself were in my dressing room. I said, Raj, I got to play you a couple of things on this new album that I just wrote. And so he listened to about 5 things, and he turns to me and says, Donny, this isn't an album, this is a show. And so Jim, shortly after that, approached Caesar. I said, would you be interested in a Donny show? They said, we're very interested. So in the last 3 months, we started really negotiating the whole thing. And like Saturday, we signed the deal, and they said, get down here, let's announce this right now. I said, I'm on a plane right now, let's go.
Well, at the end of the Donny and Marie show, after 11 years, I mean, that, and I know that it got to the point where you're going, yeah, okay, one more year, one more time around. I mean, do you feel like you got enough rest between the end of the Donny and Marie show and the start of this new one?
COVID has given everybody a rest. and COVID has shut down the music industry. So if anybody needs a rest, it's me from the honeydew list. So my wife, she said, it's been great having you home. You got the list done. Thank you very much. Now get back to work, will you? So no, I'm ready to get back to work. However, all kidding aside, it has enabled me to focus on writing this next album and now preparing this show. Is something I've wanted to do for a long, long time. And in fact, I talked to Marie last night. We just had the greatest conversation, about 20 minutes to a half hour, just laughing over the phone and just talking about our memories of working here and our lives together, basically. And she said, you know what? I'm so proud of you. This is something you've always wanted to do. I am there opening night. And she says, I've got to see this show.
Is she going to join you on stage, you think? I mean,
oh, I don't know. If she wants to, I'm not going to force her. But it's not going to be a rehash of the Donny Marie show. This is a whole different thing. It's like almost 6 decades of music jammed into 90 minutes. And I've come up with a segment, and it's taken me a long time and technologically very difficult. But somebody asked me, who comes to a Donny Osmond concert? Who's the core audience? And I'd say the core audience are the puppy lovers. I call them the puppy lovers. But just today, somebody said, my 12-year-old daughter is madly in love with you. I said, how does she know who I am? And she says, oh, she watched you on The Masked Singer, on I Can See Your Voice. She knows you from Captain Shang from Milan, Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. There's all these different generations that know me for so many different things. Bob, how do you please every demographic? So what I'm doing, it's about a 10-minute segment. I will have all 63 albums on the huge video walls, and anybody can pick any album. They'll see all the songs. They can pick any song. I turn to the band, 3, 4, and we do the song. It doesn't matter.
It's like that. Yeah, it's like that show you did over in, was it London or where was it? Where you did
that was the beginning stages of this concept. But this is like every album, every song I've ever done, we can do at the drop of a hat. So, and the reason I bring that up is because I want every member of that audience, no matter what age group they're in, to walk out saying, I heard what I wanted to hear, and I saw what I wanted to see. And the show changes every night.
It's a good thing. I assume Jerry's going to be with you still.
We don't know yet because Raj Kapoor is calling the shots, and he's directing this thing. And you want a great show. Raj is the go-to guy. So Keith Harrison is the music director, and we're going to be selecting some amazing musicians. So we're starting from scratch with this whole show. It's going to be, I don't know, I sound like I'm overhyping it, but it's going to be spectacular. I've got 6 decades of experience in the business to work from, and we're going to put it 60 minutes in 90 or 60 years of music in 90 minutes show.
Well, I can't imagine you doing it without Jerry Williams, but I mean, that guy still owes me $500.
He owes me 6.
It was from the time that I had to bail him out of jail.
Yeah.
Tell me about COVID-19. I mean, we're all hoping that it'll be done by then. Are you planning this show with COVID in mind at all, or are you crossing your fingers and hoping that won't even be an issue by then?
Yeah, it is definitely a great question. Right now, we're going through some difficult times. I like to live in an optimistic world, Bobby. I think that, especially with this news from Pfizer, that there's this 95% effective. If I could look through a crystal ball, at least my crystal ball, that I think by spring, things are going to be under control. By summer, you watch Vegas explode with excitement. You watch, because everybody's so sick and tired of quarantine. We need entertainment. And I'm really honored, to be honest with you, that Caesars asked me to be one of the first big shows that they're announcing as we bring life back into this city.
Yeah, certainly. As you look out on the strip right now, you probably see like very few people there, very few cars.
I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, there are some people. I mean, this is what I see, besides myself. There are people here, but it's going to get better. And you watch, you mark my word. And I'm a realistic person. If we're still dealing with it, I will follow Caesars to the T and any local government mandate. And I'm going to make sure that the audiences are safe.
Well, you're already used to working in a mask, so
That, there's a joke there, and I haven't quite figured out how to set up the joke. Something along the lines that, I was, as you know, the first Masked Singer. And I guess that performance was so impactful that the world followed me. At least that's what I'd like to think, right?
well, I think even more so than T-Pain, whoever the heck that is,
Yeah, but it was, there's a joke. I've got to use that joke somehow, that I was the first Masked Singer and now everybody has followed me.
And we're all in masks because Donny was the first mask
Thank
wearer.
you very much.
Now, is this show going to give you enough time to do other projects? Because I know, your mind and the wheels in your mind are always going, and you've always got something in the works somewhere else. Are you going to be able to do that?
No. And the reason I say no quickly is because Debbie and I have decided that we're not going to overload my schedule, and we're going to start enjoying life. Somebody just asked me a question: when do you take a day off? You know what my response was? Every day. Every single day I take a day off, because I have come to the conclusion, because I have burnt out myself throughout the years, and you got to enjoy what you do. And the only way to enjoy it is to get away and come back. So Debbie and I are balancing our lives out. I'm not going to overload myself with a lot of projects. You know me, though. I like to be busy. But the two main things that I'm going to do, Vegas and my album. I've been writing this album, Bob, for three plus years. And it's all original. And because of the technology, thanks to COVID, that's one of the positive sides of COVID, we perfected the technology. I just finished a mix. Guy from Virginia. I just did a tracking session in Finland. I wrote a great song with this lady in Wales. Of course, my friends in Los Angeles. It's all over the place. And it doesn't matter. So you pick the best of the best. And that's what I'm doing with this record. I mean, there's some songs I've written with the people in the Bruno Mars circles. This lady in Wales, she wrote Thinking Out Loud with Ed Sheeran. She's a great writer. Just some really amazing people that I've worked with. I mean, I've written probably 50 songs for this album, and I'll end up with my favorite 10. So those are the two main projects, besides the hobby that Debbie and I have of Donny Osmond Home.
I was going to
But
say, you know, if this entertainment career doesn't work out for you, you could always go into the furniture delivery business.
did you see what I did the other day?
Yes.
Okay, let me just, for those who may not have seen it, there are 3 ladies in Salt Lake City that ordered these beautiful pillows from Donny Osmond Home. And I called up the lady handling everything and I said, cancel the order. She said, what? She said, don't cancel the order, send it to me. She said, why? He says, I'm the new UPS man. The looks on those ladies' faces when they open the door and I'm delivering their pillows, like, excuse me. It was priceless. See, Bob, you know me. We've known each other long enough. I love doing stuff like that.
Oh, sure. Well, that's just tremendous. I know you've got other folks to talk to and you had a hole in your schedule. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us here. And so touring, you're not going to tour at all from?
Well, yeah. Well, okay. I'm eating my words there. Definitely touring is in the schedule, but it's going to be this show from Vegas that I'll tour. So it's part of the whole Vegas thing, but most definitely I got to get over to England. You know, it's been a long time since I've been back over there. Such a huge market. Australia, there's demands in Australia that I got to fulfill. I'd like to get back to Japan, places like that, and of course North America, Canada, and all those places. But there's only so much blood in the veins, and I want to make sure that I don't burn myself out, because I'm loving life right now. I'm in a position, Bob, where I've worked really hard to be here at this point. I'm very fortunate to have my own show now on the Strip. It's my first residency ever in my life on the Strip. And I'm grateful for it, and I want to enjoy it.
It's got to make you feel so good. I mean, it's got to have such a sense of satisfaction and gratification in a real substantive way for you after
It
all
really
these
does. And I think, again, you and I have talked to each other quite a few years, and we know each other. And what you say is spot on, is I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I've been up and down, and I'm grateful for the downs because the up feels better, and I appreciate it.
Okay, well, speaking of Japan, how's Jimmy doing? Is he better?
All
Is
right, he's progressing. He's slowly, but he's progressing.
Is
So
he able to work still, or
no,
what?
no. But what's interesting about Jimmy is that when you lose one sense, others become more keen. I've seen that with my deaf brothers. And even though he still can communicate a little bit, his artistic abilities have gone through the roof. He's painting now, Bob. And I'm even thinking about putting some of these paintings on Donny Osmond Home, because they are brilliant, just so brilliant. Because he's always had that talent, but it's been exponentially better even after his accident. So we'll see what happens. And he's hanging in there. I'll tell him you said hi.
Yeah, please do. Please do. How many grandkids you got now?
412.
Get out of here. No, you don't. Come on.
Take away the 400. It's 12.
12?
Well, 11th is going to be born on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the 12th one, probably January 1st.
I got you doubled, man.
Dude,
I got you doubled.
I got to be you. What do you should change your name to Rabbit.
Who killed Robert Rabbit? All right. Well, listen, I'll let you go. Thank you so much, and good luck. And we plan to be there when you open. So
Thanks, Bob.
keep a little cubby for us so that we can.
I will
get some good pictures. Okay.
I'll definitely do that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Donny. Have a wonderful evening, and say hi to Debbie for us.